High-risk investment. Trading on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Before deciding to trade, you should carefully consider your investment objectives, level of experience, and risk appetite. The possibility exists that you could sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment, and therefore you should not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. You should be aware of all the risks associated with trading and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Market opinions. Any opinions, news, research, analyses, prices, or other information contained on this video is provided as general market commentary and does not constitute investment advice. MasterTheMarkets will not accept liability for any loss or damage, including without limitation to any loss of profit, which may arise directly or indirectly from use of or reliance on such information.
Hello traders, welcome to our live trading workshop webinar today. Still not on here, founder of MasterTheMarkets Illiterates Conference and the Traders Open Day. So very quick overview on what we're going to be covering for today. I'm just on a different setup today, just some technical stuff, but on the laptop. But so what are we going to be covering for today? So I'm actually waiting on this DAX trade. Those of you on our Telegram channel, you would have already seen that signal come true. So we will be first taking a look at some live trading positions first, okay, based on our stretch principle and also the range runner strategy, okay. So first be taking a look at that. That's the format. After that, we will go on to the topic for today, okay. The topic for today will be on the Trump post-tariff stock market analysis. So that's what we will be doing. And then finally, then we will go through some questions, okay, Q&A, right? So that's the current format. We'll be covering this and more in this video, all right? So without further ado, let's move on into some live trading positions as of today. I was taking a look at mainly 5 instruments. And I filled it up. Today I had a bit more time, so I filled up all the table together, but we can analyze this all together. I saw 2 main trade potential signals. One is on dollar, Swiss, and the DAX, okay? So let's go through this. So for example here, let me bring this up. On the dollar Swiss over here, now as you can see, we are actually doing the signals that you get on the Telegram through the Trade Nation platform over here. That's the data that I'm using at the moment. On dollar Swiss, we saw that when you analyze all the trend alignment, right, across all the different time frames, you can see that on the daily, this is a downtrend phase 1 at the moment, right? So that's what I've put over here, as you can see, yeah. And then on the 4-hour, it's a downtrend phase 2. So if I go back to here, you can see that and so on and so forth, okay? Downtrend phase 2. It just confirmed it's 4-hour just before we came here. So I will just write that down as well, which is good, which is what we're getting as an alignment here. Maybe, let me see if I can get a trade. This is really looking good. On the 1-hour, as you can see here, right? So on the 1-hour, you can see that that's also in a downtrend phase 1 at the moment, okay? So that's what I have aligned over here. And then on the 15-minute, we will take a look over here on the 15-minute here. Let me just put that through. So we got an uptrend phase 2, okay? That's what we got. Now, what does that all mean? Okay, according to the trend alignment, the cyclical behavior of the markets. So we got a downtrend phase 1. On the 4-hour, we got a downtrend phase 1. Trends are aligning, direction is aligning as well. Then we got the 1-hour, that's again saying the same thing. But on the 15-minute, we got an uptrend phase 2. So the trend is not aligning, but the direction is aligning, okay? Phase 2 means it's against the trend. Phase 1 means it's along with the trend. Now, those of you who want to understand all these terminologies and all of that, I'm already getting messages saying people that not really understanding these things for the newbies that are just joining in for today. What I would highly recommend is go on to 7stepstoctp.com, okay? So that's the best place to start. I will give you the whole entire framework, what we have done here, name, email, number, click the green button. Once you do that, then you can then get the free videos, 7 videos into your inbox, and then watch it. Okay, highly recommend that, because over 12 years of collated research that we have put all of this together. Okay, so that's that one there, taught by institutional quant traders. The other thing also, traders, is our YouTube channel, youtube.com/MasterTheMarkets. And once you are there, if you go and first thing you got to do, click the subscribe button. And after that, hit the all bell icon. In that way, every time we go live, you'll get a notification being sent to your phone. Okay, so do that as well. After that, under the live section here, you can see. So one of the ones that you can definitely take a look at is the trend alignment table. So when you definitely this one here, so you can definitely watch that one. That will be very, very helpful for you guys across any instruments, doesn't matter. And then also you can take a look at on our homepage this thing called the stretch principle. Okay, under the must watch, if I go under here, then you can see the stretch principle here. You can definitely watch that. Highly good, very good quality material that we got in here that you can watch at your own free time. Now, coming back into here on the dollar Swiss, some of you did take a signal before we got onto this call here. This is where it came on the SMI framework. The dot and the arrow appears at the same time. This is what we call the smart money framework. Okay, the bespoke formulas and all how the indicator has been formed is proprietary to MTM, and we've been given the formulas by institutional quant traders, which started in the 1960s. Now, the benefit of all of this is that so that whenever you look at any time frame, you will know the trend by a systematic quantitative manner. So this is the whole idea, so that when we put the trend in here, it's not subjective, it is quantitative. Okay, then you can see that it's in a structured way. That's the whole idea of this, right? So that's how we get all of this. So let me just quickly now see, based on this, I know I'm not getting a signal. What I was really hoping for is for this to make a bottom and then back into a top where we can get a signal on. But at the moment, I'm not getting it. This is a strong variation one trend going through as well. So what we can do, if you really want to do squeeze a trade in, which I highly wouldn't recommend all the time, we go on to the 5 minute. Even there, I'm not getting a bottom and a top. So I think what we just have to leave this as it is. But for those of you who have taken that from before and taken for 1 ATR, that would have been a nice profit there. But for now, I'll just wait on this. For the other thing what I've really identified as well is on the DAX. Okay, the DAX over here, as you can see, this is on a downtrend phase 2, uptrend phase 1. Let me just double check that very quickly here, traders, on here. So let me go on to the DAX. So DAX, what I've got is I've got a downtrend phase 2 over here, right, on the daily. And in terms of the 4-hour, what I've also got is uptrend phase 1. So let me just double check that. Yes, so I've got an uptrend phase 2 at the moment, as you can see. Let me just draw that for you guys. So it looks like this, right? So it's a higher high, okay? And then it's retraced down, okay? And at the moment, this current low is a higher low in reference to this low, okay? So we got an uptrend, but as you can see, the top has been confirmed. So you can see there's a top to bottom move, which is against the trend, which is what we call the phase 2. Okay, that's what we call over here. All right. So that's what we got over here on the DAX over here. Now on the 4-hour, so this is what I've written here as well. So this one I'll just edit that a little bit. It just confirmed it just a few hours ago. And on the 1 hour, you can see that. Let me see on the 1 hour. There you go. That's your downtrend. It took out that low there. So there's a downtrend phase 1 is what we are having at the moment. Is what I've put onto here, right? Downtrend phase 1. And on the 15 minute, okay, And then let's put it all together. This will then make more sense for you guys. On the 15-minute, that's uptrend phase 2, as you are getting the idea right now. It was a downtrend before, took out that high, and then now it's retraced down, okay? As you can see, in an uptrend, price does not move in a straight line, so you get one part of the cycle, the swing, which is in alignment with the trend, which is a phase 1, and then the other part which then goes against you, which is what we call the phase 2. And then after that, then it reverts back to phase 1 again, okay? Whenever Gavin and I have presented, that's what we always say. That price never goes in a straight line, it goes in a zigzag, okay? Tomorrow's on Thursdays, Gavin and I usually will go live. Gavin is CEO of Trade Guider, so MasterTheMarkets and Trade Guider, because price and volume goes hand in hand. That's why we partnered up together. So you can catch us live tomorrow as well. Now, for today, so what I'm seeing here is uptrend phase 2. So I put that all onto the table here, right? So when you take a look at this, so if I were to put all that together, that's a downtrend phase 2 at the moment on the daily, right? And then after that, on the 4-hour, I'm getting an uptrend phase 2. And then on the 1-hour, I'm getting a downtrend phase 1. And then on the 15-minute, I am getting an uptrend phase 2. So quite a little bit of different trends and phases and all that. So let's put this all together, okay? So downtrend phase 2, at least the direction is towards the upside, okay? Now, in uptrend phase 2, the direction is towards the down. Here, downtrend phase 1 is towards the down again. Uptrend phase 2, then it's towards the down, okay? In terms of trend alignment, we got this one here, 4-hour, 15-minute, and the daily just aligning in terms of the direction, okay? So we got about 3 time frames aligning in terms of direction, but only 2 time frames in terms of trend alignment. So usually when we don't have a clear-cut direction of bias, as in this example, usually we reduce the risk over here. This is why even on the signal over there, I just put it at 1 contract only on the DAX, okay? That's what you can see over here. And that's what I sent through the Telegram channel, which you guys can join as well through the link, okay? You will get the order details over there, as you would have seen in the YouTube chat box and all that. So that's what we are getting over here. Now, what is giving me the confidence in taking this towards the upside? The thing is, because on a higher time frame is towards the phase 2, and also if you take a look on the 4-hour, it's still an uptrend, and on the 1-hour and the 15-minute is showing towards the upside. But we don't jump into this, buying into this downward selling pressure at the moment. This is why we have put our entry on the high of this range at the moment, okay? Now, the blue line here is the stretch line, is the open line, sorry. And if this bigger range from open, okay, happens to the upside is what we are looking to capture, and the stretch is formed to here, okay, is what we got at the moment, then we will have a nice run to the upside, okay? But as of now, we're not getting that, so we'll wait and see how this performs. We might get it. Let me see. Even if we were to revert this to the downside, let's take a look. We've got downtrend. Yeah, so not really. I mean, the 1-hour stretch line is towards the downside, but it looks like a false breakout here. So I'll still stick towards the upside for now. And if you take a look, traders, on the daily, this is what I mean in terms of the bar here, okay? That's what I mean. So from the open, you see that tiny wick to the bottom, and I'm expecting the BRO to form to the upside here. That's the whole idea, okay? So wait and see how that comes across. I don't think I saw any other trade on the other instruments. Cable could be one as well, It hasn't formed its range. If we go back to the table, nothing has really changed. This is clear-cut uptrend phase 1 all the way. And then we got an uptrend phase 2. Now, it might have changed a little bit here. It's uptrend phase 2. This is a good one for us. So let's see if it rebounds. I will be keeping an eye on this before we go on to the topic for today. On the 15-minute, let me just put that, and then I'll look at the volume also. On the 15-minute, there we go. That's a downtrend phase 1. If I get a confirmation, so that will be a good one to start to look at, okay? So 15-minute is it's a downtrend phase 1, isn't it not, traders? Yeah. So that's what we've got. Okay. So downtrend phase 1 on the 15-minute. Great. So I'll keep this open. If I do get a confirmation, then we can start to take a look at this particular trade. I will take it for 1 ATR. The good thing is, in terms of even the range, if you take a look, the range yesterday, ATR over here, that's 1. Let me take a look. So over here, the range is 140. 80% of that is what we usually do. So 0.8 times 140. So 112. Today's bar range is only 68. So there's still more to go. So that's what we're looking to capture here. Always, when you formulate your strategy, you should always look at recurring principles in the market. Okay, I'll take a look at this also when we look at the stocks as well from an investment perspective, because all these things that we teach you are cross-transferable principles for both trading or for investment. Okay, just a quick reminder for those of you who do want to get through this in a much more detail, not really understanding it. I know the seasoned guys who are joining us for now will understand it, because you've been following us for quite some time. Those of you who are quite new, I would highly recommend you guys to check out 7 Steps to CTP. Okay, that's where it would begin off from, right? So that would be a good place to start. Now, in terms of the DAX, in terms of the volume, I just want to show you with trade guiders volume setup as well. It was green on here, it's turned to gray, and we did get good volume over here, right? So good volume coming up into this point here, right? And then the next bar closing higher as well. But right now, I just need a little bit of bounce off for this to come into play, so as to show that the buyers are supporting that, and then towards the breakout of that range, okay, is what I showed, okay, earlier on. Now, in terms of the other ones, now, I'll quickly go on to the dollar Swiss. We're not really getting it. 15-minute on cable, we might get a entry on that one. Let's see how that goes. And I'll just prepare this, and then we will put through the signal platform here that Trade Nation has done over here. And those of you who want to open up a Trade Nation account to get these signals as well, you can follow the link that we have put on underneath the live stream video as well. Okay, so that's my resting order there on the DAX. Now over here, in terms of this, those of you who joined the Telegram channel, you can follow this through. So this would give you stop and limit, at least in terms of the stop loss here. This is a trade that is setting up. So let's get ready for this one before I go to the topic for today. So that's on the low, 132.49 is what I would say. 1.3249 is where we will go. I'll quickly put this onto the trading view as well. Yes, I've got all of this in here. I just want to take a look on the 1 hour or the 15-minute. Just want a quick glimpse on the on the volume side of things. It's good. So far looking good. I'm getting volume strength also here, right? And the next bar looking to close higher. Quickly take a peek on the 15 minutes. There we go. Brilliant, right? Nice volume spike here across the third moving average, on the relative moving average over here. And then after that, next bars closing much higher. So this is all good. And just one thing that going against us is probably the red dot on the VSA light. But once this goes above that, even if we get a gray dot, that will be good to go forward, okay? So on the volume side, it's all looking good as well. So I'll go back to here. So in terms of the low, 132.49 is what I'll be taking a look at. So let's go back onto the signal. 1.3249, and we will go for one lot over here in terms of the signal. If I did that, okay. So it's not doing one. Okay, never mind. We'll leave it at that one there. Now 132. Let me put that properly here. 132.49 is what I'm going for. And the target will be for, let's put, this is good because you can put even points away as well. So, I need the ATR number. So the ATR number, it's about 11, isn't it? You can read it off here, traders, yeah? So I need to put it on that bar. Okay, so the latest bar here, that's about 11. Hasn't closed yet, but it won't change quite a bit because it's taking for the last 10 bars. So that's about 11. So we'll put it 11 points away from wherever it closes. So this is good and handy on Trade Nation platform. So 11 points away, and depends on where we want to enter this particular trade over here. Okay, I might need to do this on a trade. If it does confirm, just need to be a bit patient here. On the 5 minute, probably it has confirmed, I believe. Yeah, it just confirmed just now. Let me see. If we do get strength into this, then we can go towards that high, 132.70. It has taken that out. What I would do, 132.73 is where I would go for the high of that bar to be taken out. All right. So we'll wait and see how that goes. Ideally, I want a confirmation on the 15 minute. If we do not get that, then we will wait and see if we get it later on. Let me read on the 5 minute. This is why it's very important to quantify our tops and bottoms. This is how we can then trade it with confidence, okay? That's what we've done here at Master the Markets with the smart money framework, with the bottoms and tops being quantified, all these arrows and dots that you can see. From there, we got a quantified way of also finding the open equity distance, okay, which I've talked about here. Even our previous webinars that we have done, you can take a look at all of that. But if you want to go in a very systematic way and really understand this properly, 7stepsTocTP.com is the place to go to, okay? So this is what I'm waiting for. And, you know, trust me, traders, you know, the patience pays off. And when you really wait for the dot to come, it really does eliminate a lot of false signals, okay? So that is what we need to be looking out for. On the 5 minute, yes, it has confirmed, but I'm looking for a 15 minute confirmation, which I'm not really getting at the moment, okay? So 132.73 is what we can wait for it to take out on the cable side of things, okay? I will put that as a resting order because there's a high chance that if it does take that off, we can get a confirmation, okay? So what I will do, and you can get this as a signal on the Telegram, For those of you who got Telegram, you can get that through. Okay. So let me put that here. 11 is what we want. I think on the signal, on the buy. So that would be, let me just put that through as well. For some reason, it's gone off. Right. So let's do this one. So on the price, on the cable, it might not give us a signal, I believe. Let's see. So on the low, 32.49. Let me just quickly do that. 32.49. 32.49. And 11 points away. It's just doing it from the current live price. What I want is from where we enter. Okay, so that's what we want over here. And yeah, let's see how this one goes. And we got that one there, and we're waiting for the confirmation. So we got about 2 more minutes to go, and then we'll see how this plans out to be. So on the 5-minute, that would have closed, I believe. I think this is fine, traders. I think we can see how this performs when it takes that out towards 11 pip, but it needs to confirm, and that's what I'm waiting for. Okay, so let's see. If it does take out that high, there's a high chance, and then after that we can wait for a confirmation as well. Let me just take a look on that one. DAX is still taking some time. This one is what we need, I think, because if it does confirm, we can actually even do it later on once the 15-minute confirms, isn't it? I think we will do this for now. 1 more minute. Let's wait and see how that performs. Will we get a dot, a confirmation? And on the trading view, let's see as well. Volume, good volume supporting that. 15-minute, that's what I got. And on the 1 hour, nice support by the VSA light here as well. Okay, so that's what we got here at the moment. So wait and see how that plans out to be. Good. So let's see. I don't think we're going to get a confirmation. If we don't, we will wait. Okay, that's how the game goes. No, we are not getting that. So we'll wait and see how that performs. I'll keep an eye on this. And stop is still for here. That's all fine. We just need a confirmation. Then we are good to go for the high of that and the close of the 15-minute time frame. So that's exactly, in essence, what we are waiting for. Let's see over here. Thinking of putting a pending order. I think we'll leave that to wriggle around. And if we do want to take it, we can do it on this one as well. So yeah, I think I might just do that. Because on the 5-minute, look at that, the ATR is still about 10 pips. So if it comes back to here and takes out that high, I think we can go for it. I think, let's do that one there. And I'll put the signal through to the signal DTP on the Telegram channel, and we can see how that goes. Good. So we got that on here. So 32.73. So let's track all that thing down, and we will leave that too. Okay. So 32.73. we're getting some movement. I think we might get triggered very soon. So, there we go. And I think I'll put it in here as well. I'll be getting 32.73. Pending order. We can track and see how that goes. Okay. 32.49. And we can see how that goes. 84. All right. There we go. So we got two resting orders here. And we got you all can see it visually. Great. So we got everything in place here. So we can see it visually here. So that's our entry point, 32.73, right? At the break of that high with spreads included. And then we got a stop at the bottom there. And we're taking it all the way to 11 pip target on an ATR basis. Now, those of you might be thinking quickly, oh no, the stop is too far away. What if it triggers as it goes all the way in, all the way and it hits our stop loss? Do remember, this is what we call the MAE, okay? And there's a reason why we put it there, because statistically we know that how much room we need to give it to wriggle around before it goes to our target, okay? So all this we do know, and that all comes, if you want to understand about it, the 7 steps to ctp.com, okay? We got it all that programmed here. You can also see over here, when I go on to MAE over here, I can find all of that numbers out for me, okay? So I know that. If I want to put it a bit tighter, I can do that. We can actually do that together. Before I go on to the topic, another time is running away. We're waiting for this trade. If you put it 1.5 or 1.75 ATR away, I won't get stopped out 97% of the time. So that's what gives me the conviction here. So I can go and put it actually a bit more tighter, actually. So we can do that. So if I want to do that, from here, from the confirmation bar. So that's why I need the confirmation bar. Without the confirmation bar, then it becomes a bit more trickier. Okay, so we'll wait and see how this performs on this. It's been doing this, isn't it? The market a little bit breakout coming back down, but we'll wait patiently. We'll see how this turns out to be, and we'll wait on the 15-minute also. We do get a big strong push through here. Okay, now in terms of this, if it does take that. Let me see, 11, so 22 pips away. It's about there where we have put it here, the stop, okay? So currently right now, we haven't been triggered yet. That's why the levels are very important where you get in. Don't go on an impulse entry. It's very important, okay? That's very important. So you need to know your levels where you're going to get in so that you don't get into false breakouts, okay? Right, and on the DAX is pulling up again. You see, as you all know, traders by now, is that in this game, you need a lot of patience. That's what we exactly need, okay? So on the 15 minutes, this is coming back up again, right? If we do get another signal, we might get it towards a 180R. So I'll keep an eye on this. It might not be until about 3 p.m. Okay, so I think saying that, I'll keep it over here on the 15-minute on the cable, and we'll go on to our topic for today, right? Topic for today, we're getting a test here as well on the DAX. We'll wait and see. Now, on the topic for today, the post-Trump analysis, right, on the tariffs. So what are we exactly getting for today? Now, the biggest question on everybody's mind is the sell-off that we have seen, right? Let me bring some of the indexes so that we can have a good analysis, right? So in my previous videos, I've mentioned about this as well, but I'll repeat this. as well on the stocks. Yeah. The first thing is, traders, even if you're taking a look at it for investment or for trading perspective, the difference is the time period that we hold on to it for and your objectives as well. The main thing you got to ask yourself is, when we get a massive sell-off like this, okay, is what we did another webinar on. Is it a dump or a shakeout? That's what we're asking ourselves, okay? Is this basically, the question you really want to answer is this going to go further down, right? Or is this a shakeout to buy us, to shake out some stops in the market before it shoots further up? That's the main real question. Across all the indexes, across all the countries, right? Whether it's the US ones or whether it's the India ones or whether it's the China indexes, doesn't matter. The question is the same. To tackle that, as with any strategy, you need a bit of bias and a bit of timing. The bias we usually get through technical analysis, through the trend, which we have quantified here. And the timing we do get from getting a bit of lift-off from the market, okay? What do I mean by a lift-off? The lift-off usually, you see, all over the media, right? When the Dow Jones did this, is where everyone will start to shout back in. You know, we had a strong rebounds, a fear rebounds, the market is rebounding again. But remember that just be aware, as technical analysis, and you combine the fundamental, you don't always believe what the news always says, right? So you first understand, structurally it's taken out that I need a bit more confidence in the markets. How should that show in terms of price? Because everybody can talk, but are they going to put the money down and move that price or not, is what we got to ask ourselves. So are they walking the talk? So what we usually wait for is structural levels to be taken out. So in terms of this, for some strength to come, that's why we go on to a lower time frame here. And when we take a look at a lower time frame, right, and we can see that one of the levels that it needs to take out for some strength to come back is the 43,000 level. Okay, that's when we call this a change in market behavior will happen. Or quantitatively, according to this framework of the, quantifying the bottoms and tops, that's when the trend change will occur. Okay, let me put the tick bars in here so that it's a bit more clearer, isn't it? A bit more easier for you guys to take a look at. I know some of you have been saying that you can't see the charts properly. So this will make it a bit more clearer. So this is the first level what I wanted to break first before I see some confidence come back in the market, okay? So I wouldn't really say that this is a dump or a shakeout yet until it breaks that, okay? Now, however, after it breaks that, there's no, of course, guarantee that it's going to go all the way up, even when it comes down. The most important thing is that it doesn't take out this low and then it lifts off with a test, okay? That's the main thing that we are looking for, okay? As for investment purposes, as we all know as investors, you can never get the timing exact, but you can do your best, okay? And that's what I explained in the last video on our channel in terms of the live, right? When we did the lives, we talked about two things, right? One is the rate of return, and the other thing is the return on investment, okay? So you can take a look at that as well. Stock market crash, what to do. Okay, I talked about these two things. It's very important. And the sad part is most investors do not know this, right? A lot of people across the countries, come and tell me, Tiru, it's sad, but most of us investors don't even know, 20% of what you are actually teaching us or telling us. Because all we know is just entry and that's it. We just hope and pray. And I'm a bit shocked that the industry is going that way. But you know what to do, because you're not taught this in schools, right? You're not taught this in terms of education. That's why the knowledge level is very low, okay? So please do understand all of this and go through the material. As I said again, 7 steps to CTP is the first good point to start. Remember, the principles are cross-transferable for both trading and for investment, okay? Now, in terms of the monthly, this is where the revelation comes, right? According to our framework, see all that big dip that is happening here, right? It's still part of an uptrend. It's just a retracement here. Our top hasn't confirmed yet. I haven't got a phase 2 yet. 15 more days to go in this month. The monthly time frame I'm taking a look at. Once I do get that top being confirmed, and then I'll take a look at now the the weekly and the daily to see some holding off of that lows. This is the low that I want to hold off for before I start to take that. Okay, every time when we do our monthly momentum sessions, happens at the end of the month for the paid members, we take a look at all these levels much more closely. Okay, so that's on the Dow Jones. So still in an uptrend on the higher time frames. On the lower ones, it's on a downtrend. Same thing for NASDAQ as well. On the tech stocks, we'll take a look at also the indexes. But you see over here, you can see that even in terms of, let me just put this as, take out the tin bars, a bit more thicker for you guys to see. Over here, again, it's an uptrend phase 2. You see, that's uptrend phase 1. Sorry, the top hasn't confirmed yet. Still an uptrend though, but weekly, it has taken out these 2 levels. Okay, so you'll be cautious and see how this plans out to be. So time will tell and make it a bit more clearer whether this is a real shakeout or a dump. We're not able to say yet, okay, before we start to look at some longs for longer term. So that's what we're seeing at the moment. Definitely we saw a volume spike here on this bar here as well. What we need to look at is the next bar, what it will do. The next thing also I am taking a look at is the daily. Still a downtrend. First kind of strength to come back would be this level here, 19,500. I'm not saying this is the holy grail, but at least a systematic way of some kind of a guideline, some kind of a framework for you to come in with some confidence when it breaks out these levels. Okay, so good. So we got the on here as well. That's on the S&P. I want to take a look at the Nifty. I know a lot of you have been talking about that as well. We get a lot of Indian nationals also taking a look at all of this and applying this onto their markets. Me and Gavin, we get that. A lot of inquiries. On the Nifty, we see now on the monthly, over here, it's interesting, right? On the monthly, this is very good to see. You can see that this is an uptrend phase 2, right? Higher highs, it's retracing now. And here is the main thing I'm looking at, You see, if everybody just jumped into this based on media, you see, it would have come down a bit more before it now starts to pop up again. Now, this is what we call a 2 times PSWB. It's closing above the 50% mid-range, which is a good sign, but I just needed to confirm on the lower time frames also. I will take a look at this. My first level that it needs to take out for this weekly to turn around is this one here, traders, okay? On the upside, 23,910. Yeah, another common question that we always get is for the Indian market to get the indicators. We will have a different pricing option. You can definitely contact us at clientservice@masterthemarkets.net if you want to get hold of these indicators at the different pricing because of the currency differentials. So we can do a different pricing on that. Let me just put that over here. That's the lowest it went to. On the daily, I just want to take a look at on the indexes. So we always take a look at the instruments before we go into specific stocks, because remember that the stocks make up the indexes. That's what we're doing on here, okay? Just quickly, I just saw that it's 245 at the moment. Let me take a look. We still haven't got any triggers yet, traders. 15-minute time frame, still not getting a go-ahead. And this is what we're having in 3273, isn't it? Yeah, patience, I guess, we will have. We must have. And on and 15-minute over here on the Dow, on the DAX, we're still not getting it. So still wait and see. We'll see even after we close this, will we get anything or not? And we will update you accordingly on the Telegram channel, which you'll be able to see. But we got a pending order resting there. We'll see how that carries on to be, okay? On here, okay, now let's carry on. On the Nifty, on the daily, interesting enough, it's correlating on the weekly and the daily. The level is 23,910. This is what we call a cluster. So that's the first level I will take a look at. Those of you who want a bit more confirmation, the really good one to look at is once it takes out that high, wait for a retracement, but most importantly, not to take out this low at 21,668 and a bounce off with a higher low. that's when we can start to consider some investments to put in for the longer term if you're thinking of that. Okay, for the shorter term, you can do as well, but the objectives will be much more smaller profit targets. Okay, now carrying on now onto the stocks, let me just see. They would be singing the same tune. And we'll take a look at 3 stocks. I'm just taking a look at time as well, so we're going to stop this shortly. And this stocks now. Let's go into stocks here. Let me take a look at the big ones. Let me take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA has been on the news for quite some time as well. And then I will take a look at maybe Google as well. So let me take a look at NVIDIA first. Daily. I'll start on the highest time frame first. Monthly, there you go. We did buy some for the longer term side of things at 119 before. So we are just holding on to that. This was much, much earlier around the dips. As I said, you can only get timing correct to some certain extent only. You cannot get it exactly right. So as I've mentioned here on the notes here, wait for top monthly to come, which is what I've got here. Perfect. Good one to go. And the next thing what I'm taking a look at is for some kind of a leveling off for that bottom. And where do I get the clue for that? I get it from my lower time frame charts. On the weekly, I am waiting at least for this high to be taken out. Okay, that's what I'm getting. If I take a look on the daily, I might get a lower level than that, which will be over here. Okay, I will put that through. As I said, if you want to wait for a stronger signal, 12332 is the first one I wanted to break for this trend change to occur, change in market behavior as they say it. After that, if you want to wait a stronger confirmation, wait for it to retrace, do a test, make a higher low. That's the main thing what we're really looking for, traders. Okay, so that's on NVIDIA. So not yet. We are looking at all of this for the longer term. Now, on Google, let me take a look. Is it a similar picture? Yes. Downtrend here. And on the monthly, you can see over here, top hasn't confirmed on the monthly yet. Over here, but on the weekly, let's take a look. First level to break is this one here. And in terms of daily, there we go. That's your lowest point. 172.92 is what I'm taking a look at for it to break first. Okay, so that's on the Google stock. You can do the similar things on the other stocks as well. If you've got the SMI, Smart Money Indicator, and the VSA, you can apply all of that over there. Okay, so over here, let me do that on here as well. On the Nifty, we've already seen that. I'll do on 2 more Indian stocks. I want to take a look at Reliance as well. It's been quite a lot on the news, and a lot of our Indian traders have been asking us on this. First level for it to break would be this one here. Is what I'm taking 1314. I'm taking a look at that. Monthly, curious to see what the monthly is saying. A bit of a strong sell-off. We can see that some leveling is coming. And here as well this month, but it hasn't taken up this level yet. That's the critical one to take a look at in terms of our framework here. Okay, the low over there is 1110 is what I'm taking a look at. 1110. Okay, is what we are seeing over here. Right. Quickly take a look at the cable. You see, this is the most important advantage, right, of knowing which critical technical levels to come in. Because if you enter this on impulse, look, you'll be caught in all this shock, panic, and fear will come. This is why you need a very systematic methodological approach. If you do not get your entry, sit back, okay? There's no need to force a trade, okay? According to your strategy rules. If you got other strategy rules, that's fine. As I said to one of the other LTM Advanced clients on the other day, is the only holy grail that you have in trading is consistency, okay? And the consistency got to be done according to a systematic way of taking your trade setups. Every professional will have that. DAX as well, not confirming, so we are not in it. Still flat. That's good. I'm preserving my profits, which we just started on this account just about 3-4 weeks ago on Trade Nation. Okay, that you can see over here, just up about 2.2%, 2,200 on this account. Good. So coming back into here, I'll finish off with the last one. So Reliance over here is what I can see. Reliance and weekly. Let me see what weekly is saying. Yeah, 1314 to get some strength. But the critical one, traders, on a monthly, as I was saying, is for this low not to be taken out, the 1110. Okay, it came very close, 1114, but some bounce off has happened there. So this is what we will closely monitor for the weeks to come. Okay, good. So that's on Reliance, and then the last one, I'll take a look at HDFC Bank. Over here, interesting. On the monthly, this has got a strong rebound. As I said, this level has been taken out 1700, which is what some of you guys would have seen and tracked and could have got in on there. And on the weekly, is it also has rebounded? Yes, that was your weekly uptrend phase one that it came back in over here. And on the daily, it did this, right? Over here, when the consolidation happened, this is where one of the entries, I know some of you guys have feedback to me that you guys were considering to get in 1742. Okay, over here. And we'll follow the same methodology over there in terms of the monthly and the weeklies coming. Okay, so if I were to do the over here on the replay mode, as you would have seen, when it was in a downtrend over here, let me see if I can get this point across to you guys. Let me put it as tick first, settings, so you can see it a bit more clearer. Great. So when it was a downtrend phase two, you see the same principles can apply. So on the weekly, you go down and you see, okay, this trend coming back up as it already triggered on the weekly and created a trend change already or not. Okay, so that's what you can take a look at. And over here, we can see that it did do that. And look at this, right? This was good that we looked at this as a last example. Look at this, right? And it came back down. Nice test. This is what I mean, the test. And it took out that level, right? So that's your first level of entry. Now, why am I showing this? They will keep repeating again and again, traders. Doesn't matter what indexes of which country it is, which instrument it is, whether it's ETFs, bonds, commodities, currencies, name it, stocks, doesn't matter. They will have the same things happening again because they're recurring principles. Okay, that's what you're taking a look at. Then finally, on the daily, you can start to see also that bounced off there as also, okay, over here, right? So those could have been the two entry points that you could have started to take a look at over here, okay? Right, so there you go. And that's how you could have done this. And I know some of you have done it because we have taken a look at this in the monthly momentum sessions as well, on how you would have got into this move and still be riding it from a longer term perspective. So if I take this off the replay mode, that's where you will come in, you will still be inside this trade. It's not about riding the profits or being in profitable at the moment. The most important thing is understanding what you are doing, okay? This is very, very critical, traders, okay? Right, because that is what will support you in holding on to your trades even though it goes through a retracement. Right, we got just about 5 more minutes. I think I'll overrun a bit. 45 minutes is usually what we do, 30 to 45 minutes, but sometimes it just overruns. That's fine. And we got lots of action happening in the markets. Now, coming back to here, let me just take a quick look over here, what's happening. DAX is still on the bounce, not really doing much. Cable is still consolidating. Let's see, we might get a trade on this. If we do get it, you'll get it notified on the Telegram channel, and we'll put it through our emails as well, okay? Those of you not on the email list, the best thing to do would be to check 7stepstoctp.com, right? That's the place to go. Understand this framework. Trust me, you can use this across trading, investment, very strong cross-transferable principles, not rigid. You can use this across any kind of strategy or any kind of indicators on top. It's just a framework. Once you put your name, email, number, optional for live trading updates, and then click on that green button, then you can also get the videos as well as get onto our email list and keep updated about all the great events and the upcoming webinars and all that we do, and be on our email list, okay? We will keep you posted. And the other thing is the youtube.com/MasterTheMarkets. Okay, this is what you guys can take a look at. And you can follow us every time on live as well. Whenever we go live, you'll get a notification. Traders, I guess that's pretty much that from me. Let me see. Okay, good. I just got some last Q&As, isn't it? Thank you, Drew, for the session. Gold seems to maintain its momentum. By Andres. Thank you for that, Andres. I'm really happy to see your progress as well ever since the last 1 month you've joined us. Really, really happy to see. It's amazing how this knowledge really transforms people, and how they are more confident. They become more confident with their trading as well as they trade along in the systematic approach to create sustainable, scalable, reproducible strategies. Okay, and you can see that on gold. Some of us have been writing that also. Lawrence and the team has been running a live trading room. We've taken some really great trades on gold as well, as you can see over here. We've been on this for quite some time. Okay, I think I need to bring it on the other one here. Let me just show that, and then we can just close up for today. I know we've run quite a bit. Do I have gold over here? Let me just quickly see if I can bring that up, and then we will. I did have some questions on gold, but we don't have that much time to look through it. So I just take a look at the spot for now, just to give you an idea, but the principles will be the same. So as you can see on the daily time frame over here, we can see on the live trading room, we had the signal come up here, bottom confirmation, rode that all the way, still in the trade on the TSL primary, actually, in terms of the live trading room. Okay, clients are good and happy, and you can over there, on a live trading room, we don't hide anything. We show you all the profits, losses, all in transparency. Even some of the live trading that we have done, you would have seen that, it would have come very near to our stop loss, and then would have reverted back to the profit. The last one that we did was actually on gold, where it just missed our stop by 23 cents. Actually, you can see it over here, right? Really a gripping session over there that we did with me and Gavin over there, right? So you can see that it came very close by 23 cents before that. Right, traders, don't want to keep rambling away. I think that's more than enough information for you guys. 7 stars CTP, that's the last reminder I'll give you guys. And as we always say, till the next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master. Take care and bye for now.